Oh shit, Beyond wants to be down. Now V5 and Kaiken, they're gonna hook up or whatever. They're gonna be V6 or whatever, and they want some parts of that Dark Continent. He wants to be down. He said they getting down. I want to be down. Anyway, kind of fucked up in my last review, but they might have fucked up. In the translation, it says, "Tell them that I've captured Beyond." So that could have been my error because he could have been speaking in terms of from their point of view. Then it makes sense. But if that's not the case, he should have said, "Tell them you've captured Beyond." But I could be fucking up. Anyway, turns out that is Beyond. That sentence could have been what's the fucking term I'm looking for? It could have been perceived differently. Anyway, he's in there. He let them put the cuffs on. They put them clamps on him. He says, "Yo, you guys are gonna let me in. I need help from V5 pretty much." He said, "I'm going to the Dark Continent, and I'm bringing you guys along with me. You guys are gonna help me." Like, what the fuck are you talking about? She said, "You're a villain. You killed 5 people in the past 2 days." No, I'm joking. She didn't say that. But she says he's wanted. Motherfuckers looking for him. He's in the streets. She's trying to figure out what the hell is going on. And he calls them government lapdogs. This motherfucker crazy. Anyway, I think he's using whatever pull he's got to get what he needs done. He's playing both sides. That's what I'm thinking. Like, I'm gonna go ahead and use these guys, and I'm gonna use these guys. I want in. And so anyway, the girl, she's already, in the point. She's already at the point where she says, "I believe this guy is Beyond, Isaac's son." And he says, "Okay, well, let me cut you guys in on a little secret of why you're gonna let me in." Now he's talking about the world. He shows up the world map, and if you guys didn't notice, like I said before, the world map is the same as our world map. Well, not the same, but close enough. It's a bunch of different continents. Like you can see right there, that's South America. Over top of that is Africa. Underneath both of those is what's that? Eurasia. To the right of that is Australia. Okay, I'm trying to figure out what that looks like. The one all the way up in the upper right-hand corner seems to be North America. It seems to be just flipped around and misshaped a little bit. I'm not sure though. But anyway, he says that it's in that world that they're in. Is the whole planet that they did. Well, not the whole planet, but you know what I mean. The whole map is inside a giant ocean. I mean, this thing's fucking huge. Now think about it. If that world is, pretty much it's our world, but in different shapes or whatever. If it's the same size as our world, that means this ocean is bigger than our planet. That's how big. It's not even just bigger than our planet. It's way bigger than our planet. That circle that they're showing around is bigger than our planet. That's free. When he said when he says the ocean is called Lake Mobius, that's not a lake, man. That thing's fucking. It depends on how big the planet is. Like maybe in comparison to the planet, that's a lake. I wonder where the real ocean is then. That thing's way bigger than the whole planet. I mean, the whole entire planet. You could fit. By my calculations, if the map is the world map and is comparable to, I think that's a little bit smaller than our actual planet because it's flat. You understand? It's not round. So our world's probably. Plus, we got a couple more kind of. It's probably like 2 or 3 of those, something like that, by my calculation. But if that's the case, if it's like 2 or 3 of those maps, It's like 100. No, I don't know about 100. I'm gonna say 80. 80 Earths can fit in that little lake that they call a lake. It looks like it. That's if that world is comparable in size to our own planet. That's how big this little lake is. They keep talking about it's little. Well, he said it's huge, but that's how big. That is fucking huge, and that makes sense now because, well, somewhat doesn't make sense, but does make sense. It makes sense because how peaceful that planet, relatively, how peaceful, what we've seen in that world has been. Even though they say how chaotic the dark continent is. So if that's the case, that means that if that's the case, that having that big, huge lake, as big as it is, makes sense because it's like, okay, even though the outside world is so fucked up, it's so big of a distance between, and it's a body of water and everything like that, and it's right in the middle where even if some things from the dark continent comes in, they might hit other islands. They also state that there's other islands on that, bordering and stuff like that. That world is not just the only thing there. So they might hit another island or whatever. So it makes sense why they can be so peaceful in the middle of that lake. Like it's protecting the shit out of them. They should call it Lake Peanut because it's in the shape of a peanut. Anyway, they cut from Beyond to the other guy that was talking with the businessmen, and they were talking about Kaiken and all that kind of stuff. And the way they set it up, what I'm believing is happening right now, it's a parallel. Beyond is talking, and this guy is talking, but they talk about the same thing. And he's talking about how the V5 has to join up with Kaiken and whatnot, the dangers of going into the dark continent. 28 people, they said, have gone. Only 3 came back in any kind of good shape. When I say only 3, I mean 28 people have survived. I mean, not 28 people went. What I'm trying to say, I think it was 149 people went. 28 came back. And you seen one of them was a zombie. Was fucked up. You know what I'm saying? And only 3 of them was in good shape. Damn. So he's talking about the danger of that. He's talking about how they're gonna need more, support. They're gonna need Kaiken and everything. They're gonna have to make a new organization, V6. One of the guys, he's like hot-headed. He said, "Yo, these motherfuckers in here, man. Fuck all that old bullshit about safety measures and whatnot." He said, if these motherfuckers want to go to the dark continent, get their asses over there. He said, all you need is gasoline for that. So we got everybody's different. One lady, she said that she wants to get information. Basically, she's saying she wants things documented, on this trip. So I guess she's trying to figure out more information about it. One dude said, let's just get the fuck over there. It's a gold mine over there. Basically, that's what he's saying. Another guy saying, okay, I want to help. Basically, I think he's just playing his role. I need to help and find out, different information on how we're going to do this. But we can all get fucked up in this. So we need as much firepower as possible, I'm guessing. Or as much manpower, whatever. So now it's going to be a 6-continent establishment. And they want to, it says, what am I trying to say? It says the king's name shall pioneer through the new continent and be officially written as such in history. So he's saying that, but what I'm saying is also, like I said before, I believe that that's the same thing that Beyond is telling the other guys. Anyway, they said they're gonna set up a post on some of the outlying countries. I mean, and these islands that they say they're islands uninhabited, those are countries. That's how big they are, and it's right by the dark continent. He said we could set something out. We could set up outposts over there. That way we'll be close distance to the dark continent. We can go make our travels, whatever, and be relatively safe at the same time. So they went ahead and signed the contract and whatnot. They're gonna team up. Now, if what I'm saying is correct, which I believe so. Beyond is saying that he's going to play a part in, and remember they said they're just trying to make this king, historically significant. That's what the organization said. Beyond is saying the same thing. So he's saying he's going to play a role in that. So I guess that's his green card. I mean, his green card into the new world, basically the Dark Continent. And they signed the contract already. So in my book, I'm thinking that he already had information on what's going on over there with V5, Kaiken, and everything. So with the Zodiacs or whatever, with that newfound information, they said, okay, I guess we're going to have to go to the New World or the Dark Continent with this guy, and he's going to be leading us. But at the same time, Beyond can't get in there himself. Remember, they said you need gatekeepers. They said no one has made it there under their own power. You got gatekeepers that help, them in their voyage. I think they probably only help to a very small amount. Let them in, get them in there without getting killed or some shit like that. Hold on, let me rewind. The gatekeepers, as the guy had explained, it says it's a magical bestial species that have soul connection to the continent, and they made negotiations with them. So I'm not sure exactly what these beasts are, but they're intelligent. So you got races of basically, they said people. So I'm guessing that by in the world of Hunter x Hunter, if you're intelligent, if you're a sapien, you're a person. That's how they're looking at it. So anyway, they're ready to head on out with this guy. But they're going to keep him as a prisoner till they get to the Dark Continent. Once they get to the Dark Continent, all bets are off. I mean, they're outside of legal jurisdiction pretty much. So that's pretty much what it is. So now the Zodiac, they're off guard. They're not really sure. They're off balance. They don't know exactly how things going to plan out. And this dude Beyond, he's standing there. He's like, yo, I'm waiting. It's time. Anyway, back to the businessmen or whatever. They got ships that they set up the size of whales, that's in the shape of whales. These things like cities that they're going to help transport people over into the Dark Continent with. I hope these people that know, that's going to the Dark Continent know they're going to get fucked up, right? They're going to basically try to start up another gold rush because obviously the Dark Continent is going to have different materials, different whatever shit that they want to go ahead and exploit. They said some of the creatures in the Dark Continent are the same creatures that's in their world also, but they're probably lower levels. And they said one of the big reasons why they wouldn't go is because of diseases. That's a huge one because that's something that's hard to really fight. It's not like you can just be strong and just like it's a creature and you're just strong, you can face it. No, if you get infected with this shit, you're going down. But he said that at this point in time, they've been reading some of the ancient scriptures that states the type of plagues that they're going to be dealing with. They said we have the technology in order to be able to fight some of that shit off. So we're going in, and we're going to basically, what am I trying to say? They're going to monetize the shit out of it. Anyway, we cut to Gin, and he says the Dark Continent is the continent of dream. Did he say that? I don't think anybody said. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Be honest, I don't know if he said it or if it's just being stated, or if it's the guy from the TV. It's probably the guy from the TV. Yeah, I'm thinking it's the guy from the TV because he's the one that wants to. That was talking about shipping people off there and whatnot and how they can, get things done. So I'm guessing that's what's going on the TV, and I'm guessing that they're on the ship going towards the Dark Continent. So Gin wants to do it himself. If I'm not mistaken, Gin is probably one of the guys that one of the three that made it. Isaac, Beyond, and Gin is probably the three that made it out of the Dark Continent and not fucked up. I'm guessing the other 28, the other 25 is fucked up, And he's talking to this one dude, and he says, "Want to let me join in too? Opportunity only knocks once." So he's going to the Dark Continent with the dude. But I'm not sure exactly what's going on with the little exchange. He says send in 5,000 chimera. I don't know what the fuck he means by that. To be honest, I'm really not sure. Because I was looking on Facebook and the dude says they was talking about the fucking Chimera Ant King or whatever. So obviously, when I seen that in my mind, I was thinking, damn, did the dude survive and that's him and he took on the human form, or is it or is he a chimera and they still a few left or whatever? I don't know. Anyway, I'm not exactly sure. Probably the government probably took over, probably got some chimera that they, was able to capture or whatever. I'm not exactly sure. I wish I did, because I haven't seen, like I told you guys. I've read this. I'm currently up to date, but the problem is I haven't read it in over 2 years. God damn it. So anyway, he's okay. I'm gonna read this verbatim. From here on out, I'm gonna be playing directly. That's what Gin says. The other guy says, no. That's Gin. He says, from here on out, I'm gonna be playing directly until I hear you say uncle. And then the other guy says, at last, you've decided to join me. Then Gin says, join you? I'm not so sure about that. What if I like to play by myself? So what if you trying to make this a damn challenge? Like I'm going to go ahead. I'm guessing other dudes are hunting. I'm not sure because like I said, it's been 2 years. It's been over 2 years. I'm guessing they're both going to have like a hunting competition or something like that. That's what I'm guessing is going on with that. But I like to be honest. I like the last chapter a little bit better. This I'm gonna go ahead and give a 4. Things are being moved forward. They're getting ready to head into the good Dark Continent. You already know what the businessmen doing. They trying to get shit going. They trying to get some fucking money out of this deal. Let me go ahead and read the comments and see what's going on. Cause like I told you, I haven't read this shit in 2 years. But I had to keep going back to the fucking wiki. Okay, me needs that. What? Beyond is epic. Yes, he is. The chapter was information overload. Yes, it was. It was a brain buster. Too much information. They probably could have spread that shit out over 2 chapters. They are not that likable. They seem likable to me. Well, I don't know about likable, because we really haven't gotten into it, yet. But they don't seem dislikable to me at all. It's not your fault. Hunter x Hunter translations tend to be among the worst in general because the guy she likes being verbose. Shonen Jump Alpha isn't releasing them yet, unfortunately. If they do, we'll be able to, tell exactly what's going on. The arc ain't good. This arc ain't. We ain't even into the arc just yet. It's just starting. So we still got a lot more to go. Kaiken or whatever they called is China. Okay, yeah, like I was talking about the map. One thing I liked about Hunter x Hunter is I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm gonna give this a 4 out of 5, like I said, because like I said, I like the other chapter better. Basically they just moving forward. They repeated a lot of stuff we heard before. The only difference was the last couple pages where again we know he's going, and we know that my man Beyond is leading them. Is leading the Zodiac. They're gonna run in again when they get over them. Like, motherfucker, you left, but now we meeting you here. You could have came with us, you motherfucker. They're gonna say you lone wolf. Okay, one thing I liked about Hunter x Hunter is that it's unique, but this arc is like a typical overhyped, dangerous place that characters have to go and make it worse. The protagonists aren't in this. They'll eventually be in this, at some point in time. Do you think this? Do you think this? Yes, exactly. You actually are stating what's actually happening. Overhyped, I'm not sure just yet. It feels like it's overhyped because it's been so long, but we don't know yet until we get into the Dark Continent. Dark Continent is similar to the New World in One Piece. I stated that before. It's similar to the New World and the Gourmet World, but it's a big difference in terms of the New World. From what I've heard about the Gourmet World, like I don't read Toriko, even though I plan on reading it. It seems like you could just be strong. In the New World, it seems like you could just be strong and have a good crew with you, have a nice ship, you know, and you can make it. But in the Dark Continent, it seems like you can't just be strong. You got to be smart. You got to be lucky. You facing plagues. You understand? So that makes it a little bit different. You know, that makes it a little bit different. The three include. Okay. Oh, he said Netro Beyond and the zombie guy. Okay, somebody I was hearing that Gin went, but hey. And from what I know, Gin knows a lot about the Dark Continent, so maybe he did go and they don't know it, or who knows? I'm not sure. So maybe it might be a fourth guy, who knows? But the zombie guy, they said it ain't the zombie guy. The reason why I say it's not the zombie guy because they said only 3 came back normal. The zombie guy's fucked up, so he can't be one. He's one of the 28, but he's not one of the 3. I mean, you think this that this arc will be good or not, judging from this chapter? From judging from this chapter, they didn't hype it up more than they did in the last chapter. Seems like the hype is still about the same. In terms of whether it's going to be good or not, that's yet to be seen. But in terms of what we've seen so far, it's a lot to look forward to. I love how the government plans to trick the citizens by sending them to the islands that are near the border but not actually in the Dark Continent. Is it quite realistic? I think yes. I mean, if you send them to the outskirts, it's like okay, you're safe. That's a good reason to get me. Like if I was just a normal citizen and there's more opportunity going somewhere else, or if you're one of those people and remember they said there's a whole city that's made that's like a big ass trash can basically. If you're living there, get me on one of them ships so I can go over there. I'm not going to actually be in the Dark Continent. So, yeah, that's a good scheme that they got going on. What do you think Gim will do? I'm not exactly sure. If he's just there for adventure and he's just hunting, I'm guessing the other guys going, they're trying to outdo each other, just basically like Sanji and Zoro was doing in Little Garden. Remember the Chimera hybrid cocoons? If V5 oppose them, they will threaten them with an attack of these chimeras. Oh, okay. That's what Gim was talking about. Remember, I haven't seen this I can't remember. That's what they was talking about. They kept, okay. He said sending 5,000 chimeras. That's what Wishicall was talking about. So basically, V5 is forced to go into the Dark Continent unless they plan to face war. Exactly. By the way, Group Gim was with at the end of was Beyond's group. Just saying in case you forgot. By the way, the group Gin was with. Yeah, I already know that. You talking about if you're talking about the fuck am I talking about? The Zodiac, of course. Gin is one of the Zodiacs. He was with them, and now they're planning on going with Beyond. But Gin left them. But Gin is one of the Zodiac. With the Peck guy. Who's the Peck? I don't know. Fuck it. Anyway, like I said, I already gave my statements about the chapter. What I liked, what I didn't. Wasn't really much I didn't like. It's just like it is what it is. One of the transitional chapters. Basically they moving the story forward a little bit. We got some politics thrown in there. Pretty much that's it. Basically, it seems like the countries are playing like a tug of war. They're getting ready to force the other people's hands, and what you call them Beyond is in the middle of that. He said, "Yo, I'm in the middle of this. What am I trying to say? Basically, he's a piece in that game, and he wants to go. He's using that to get to the dark world. That's what I'm believing he's doing. Like, yo, I'm part of that whole plan that's going on. That's going to wind up getting y'all fucked up if we don't hurry up and get this shit going into action. But basically, I think he's there for his own personal gain. So anyway, that's pretty much it. Go ahead and leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Like the video, because I can't eat. I'm broke, nigga. I'm broke. And you got the power to change that. Peace.